Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to VSL Season 6. This is the pre-season race at USA, and we are going to be in for an exciting one. And we got a lot of formats to go through with you tonight, but I'm sure it's going to be absolutely fantastic. My name is Jess, and I'm going to be your commentator for this season, and we're going to be starting with one of the most important things in this format, which is one-shot qualifying. Yes, they won't be doing a short qualifying like we've seen in other leagues. No. We'll be going straight into the action with one-shot qualifying and only one chance for them to prove themselves. 50% race as usual, and there's going to be mandatory two-stop for the top three for the previous race. But because it's a test race, tonight we're going to be doing it basically 3 volunteers have chosen themselves to do the two-stop, just so we have an idea of what's gone on. So, without further ado, let's head into qualifying. Sorry about the shaky start there. My internet's been having a little bit of a fit, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. So, we've got a good turnout tonight, actually. We've got about 18 drivers, so almost a full grid, which is great to see. And we are here. It's situated in, obviously, America. It's a very good track and great one to get battles with. So, I'm just going to go on board with the guy that I'm on board with right now, which is Lee, I believe. That's his name. So, you're going to start your lap then, heading towards turn 1, which is really uphill, obviously, during the daytime. But luckily, since it's cloudy, then they won't be blinded by the sun too much. Now you're heading towards the S's section. Now, if a lot of people tend to invalidate, this is where they invalidate, because it's quite hard to negotiate this corner and hard to get the power down as well. And I'm going to get the trap map up just so I know if that person has invalidated or not. He was purple sector 1, but he's lost a bit of time going past the S's section as he heads towards turn 11, or start of turn 11, and heading towards one of the next DRS straights. Now you can see the sun blinding a little bit. The sun is coming out on certain parts of the circuit. DRS are wide open, heading into 8th gear, 200 miles per hour as you head towards turn 12. Kiss that left apex. A little bit of a lock up from him there, but no harm done. Now heading towards 13 and 14, which is technically one turn coming up, and then you're heading towards 15 and 16. I think we're going to see a lot of moves in these next 4 corners, I have to say. Now heading towards the start of sector 3, which I've got to say is a really cool sector as you're heading towards the final few corners. 5th gear here, and he's invalidated his lap. So, unfortunately, that is a curse that is probably going to be there for quite a while. Anyway, we've got Banco coming across the line, and he gets pole position with a respectable lap time in one-shot qualifying, and it is a 1:30. I think it was a 1:30.7, I believe. And as you probably guessed, quite a lot of people have invalidated. So, yes, it's going to be hard for some of these guys to get the start that they need. So, Banco is on par with Davo in second. We have Iceman in third, Risky in 4th. We got Matt in 5th, Ryan Berry in 6th, Pete in 7th, Kev in 8th. I need to remember N89's last time. I had it, Ahmed, that's it. Ahmed in 9th. And we have Deck in 10th, Brad in 11th. We have Newgard in 12th, another Ryan in 13th, Niels in 14th. We have Lee in 15th, Gavin 16th, Brandon in 17th, and Red Matt in 18th. Quite a lot of Matts in this lobby today. And we only have 4 disqualifications. Some of these did not set a representative lap, but at least they actually got a lap on the board, which is important, of course. So we're about to get into the racing. Now, I don't have a clue as to what the weather is going to be. And it's quite sunny at the moment, but who knows? I've commentated on a race before where it was absolutely sunny at the start of the race, and then it just poured down with rain towards the end. So anything can happen with Cody's as well. And, you know, it's very, very interesting. So I'm liking this format as well. All the drivers are using multiplayer cars, which means they get a chance to show off their lovely test liveries. It may not be the same as to what livery they're going to run next week. So on Friday, they'll be put into teams for the Teams Championship. So we won't find out until then. So for us, really, as commentators and spectators, we just get to see the drivers. We don't know how they're going to operate as teams. Obviously, they don't know their teams yet. So should be interesting as the drivers are about to ready up. The point system is different to the normal Life F1. Obviously, you get 25 points for a win. That hasn't changed that much, but you get 20 points for P2, 18 points for third, 15 points for fourth, 12 points for fifth, 10 points for sixth, place, 8 points for seventh, 6 points for eighth, fifth, 5 points for ninth, 4 points for 10th, 2 points for 11th, and 1 point up for 12th. So basically the top 12 get points, which I think is an incentive for all the drivers to do well. So, and one person has been disqualified from the formation lap already. Tut tut. So the track is 5.5 kilometers long. It has 20 turns, 9 to the left, 11 to the right. There's 2 DRS zones for overtaking, as we just talked about in the qualifying runs. One at the start finish straight, there's a steep hill going towards turn 1, and one at the back straight of turn 11 heading towards turn 12. So there's quite a few interesting facts about USA actually. The last winner here was Valtteri Bottas in 2019, and that was where we saw Lewis Hamilton took his 6th world title, and then last year we saw him taking his 7th world title. I was going to say, he's not won his 8th yet. It could be this year though. I think, to be honest, it could be. Now I'm seeing a lot of blue liveries here tonight. Obviously a few from the speed team, which is probably why as well. They're hoping to get on the same team. Quite a few black liveries as well. Red liveries as well. It's just nice to have a little bit of colour as well. I like Pete's blue livery. That's really cool. Let me just have a quick run through them. So, Bankite is a bit black. I'm not too keen on it, but I'm liking Davo's. Oh, wow. Davo's livery looks pretty cool. Iceman's. Yep, liking the blue. I think that's the livery I run for Jacko car, I think, as well. So, you can tell I quite like it. We got Risky's. Oh, Risky's looks very nice. I like that. Little pink, the purple, and the blue. That's pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to have time to go through all the liveries. I'll probably have time to go through them mainly, I think, next week, where we go to round 1. If we have time, I'll go through the whole livery package. Basically, I'll just do a pre-show next week. I might start the stream a bit earlier, so then I could just go through the liveries that they send us and then review which is the best one. And they just get pride. They don't win anything. I'm sorry. Let us know your predictions in the chat. Who you think's gonna win at this race. Apologies for the shaky start, but I think we are going to be underway very, very soon for the first race of season 6, the test race. The 5 red lights are on. Bankai's on pole. Davo is alongside him. A bit of a long hold, but we are underway. And it's a pretty decent start from Davo, actually, but a much better start from Bankai as they make their way through turn 1. Just look at the liveries all together. It's just amazing to see as well. There's a few people going off the track. No major incidents so far in turn 1, which is great to see. A few people taking it cautious because they didn't want to get involved in incidents this early. They want to get a feel for the car, a feel for the track as well. I do see a bit of carbon fibre flying about, so I'm assuming it's someone having damage. I'm not entirely sure, but it's Bankai that still leads. Davo in 2nd, Iceman 3rd, Risky in 4th position. Now, this race may decide the early favourites, but it's on track. There may be some people that are good at some tracks and some people that are not good than others. So looking at the tyre choices then, we've got quite a mixture between mediums and the softs, as we've got Ryan Berry then going to try and make a move on Risky, but he can't quite do it. Now, we've got 3 people doing the 2-stop strategy today. And I forgot, I was going to mention it in the formation lap, but I completely forgot. So I need to get the admin chat a second. But there's so many battles. We've got Niels has just gone off. And 2 are going side by side into turn 14. Leave up the inside there. 9 towards turn 15 and 16. I think Niels is going to get the better traction. But Red Matt just about holds on. Great defence there as well. I'm not sure if there's damage, I think, in this lobby. I think there is, due to the fact that there was carbon fibre flying, so few people taking it easy as I think there's a timing glitch. I thought it was Iceman dropping down the field, but it was not. He's still in 3rd position, so I got a bit confused there. And we're not on lap 3, we're on lap 2. So I just need to find out who is doing the 2-stop. And the 2-stop tonight is Risky, Matter and Pete, ironically, the three admins of VSL. So, interesting. We've got a yellow flag in sector... was it sector 2? It might have been Ryan. I'm not entirely sure, but we've got three people in the pits. That's Lee, Gavin, and Red Matt. So Lee's gone on mediums. Gavin on the softs, interestingly. So I guess he wants to carry on with the strategy as well. Pete going for moves earlier on in the session. Brandon as well, probably going to try and make a move on the inside. Gets the braking just right. Is low on ERS already, so he must have used ERS in the opening lap, and this is a track where you don't want to be using too much of ERS early on. Now through turn 13 and 14, still holding on to that line. Pete doesn't want to give up the position that easy, but Brandon gets P8 on those soft tyres. Only around about 6 people inside the top 10 are on the softs, and don't forget this is a penalty central track as well. 3 people have got time penalties already. As we can see, Newgarden making a move there on Pete up into 10th position. Pete's in the pit, so he must have picked damage or something earlier on. Let me just go on board with him just to see. I wonder what it was. I wonder where he got the damage, because obviously I'm on my own. It's hard to keep track of the battles. So it is a front wing change, but since he's on the 2-stop, it's not going to hinder him in any way. So it doesn't matter if you get it at this early stage, but only 3 drivers are doing the 2-stop. And when it gets to round 1 next week, there'll be 3 people that want to do it. If they want to do it around the first track, they can. Meanwhile, Brandon attempt. Oh, trying to move on to turn 10 and into turn 11. Brandon up the inside, and he takes it. He's gained quite a few positions already. So let's see who has gained the most out of everybody right now. So Risky's gained another position up into 3rd. I think he just got past Iceman as well. Kev got the position back from Brandon into turn 12. And we got Matto and Ryan Berry. There's just so much battles going on as well. Ryan Berry holding on to the longer line. Now he's going to cut to the inside, but he can't quite do it. It's very, very hard to traction in these south corners on turn 15 and 16. And people were predicting a crash in lap 1 in turn 1, and it never happened. So well done to all the drivers for keeping it clean there. So interesting scenes there, and the penalties can shake up the race. If you pick up less penalties, then you're going to be in less trouble. So I have to say, well done to the ones who have got no penalties so far, but it's only lap 4, and you know, we've seen weird things happen. Meanwhile, Lee's day has just gone from Brad has gone down to 18th. He's dropped down 7 positions, and he's got passed by Lee, who I was on board with a hot lap, and he just got a 3-second time penalty. Now, I apologise in advance for people I ride on board with hot laps, because I tend to jinx them. So, but usually I'll go with what the game goes with. So you can blame the game, okay? As Akon has got past Kev up into 8th position. So he's made up 2. Brandon has made up 10 positions off the start. Now, I've known Brandon from other leagues, and he's a very fast guy. So it's not really a surprise that he's making up positions after a poor qualifying session. Don't forget, 1-shot qualifying definitely throws a spanner in the works. It sometimes shakes the order completely, because obviously if in most leagues you have pretty much 2 or 3 chances on the soft tyre to really hooking your lap, and sometimes you just want to get a lap in, but you want to be fast as well, so it's getting that compromise exactly right as well. Meanwhile, we got N89 just gone for a move on Ryan. Now look at N89's livery, wow. That's insane. You know what reminds me of? That reminds me of the colours of the W Series. That reminds me of that. It looks amazing, I have to say. I'm a big fan. I think that's one of my favourites. Actually, I'm not going to pick favourites, because there's so many good liveries out on track. Anyway, here comes Ryan. Goes to the left-hand side into turn 1. Goes to the left apex. I think he holds onto the line there. Will N89 get the cutback that he needs in the S's? I don't think he's going to pass into the S zone. Keeping an eye on the battles happening down the field as well. and seeing what's happening. Now, some people have decided not to use that much of their ERS yet. Because again, like I said, if you use too much for ERS, you're going to be in trouble towards the end. I've noticed that when I was doing a bit of 25% around this track. And we've got Mata going for a move on Iceman. Mata up the inside, but looks like Iceman's not giving up the move that easy. And he's going to go to the right as well. I think he's going to get the better entry speed into turn 15 and 16, which is effectively one turn. And Mata gets 4th position outright, which is a great to see. I think they're both on same amount of penalties, so this is 4th position. But don't forget, Iceman will be the one with DRS, as Mata does not have DRS, unfortunately. Risky, I believe, is making his first pit stop because he's on the 2-stop strategy. And I think he's going to do a soft, medium, soft strategy, as far as I'm aware. And if it was a 1-stop, which is for the rest of those drivers, it will be soft to medium or medium to soft. Because you can do it. I've seen it work. But you got to really manage your tyres. If you manage your tyres well, it could be perfect for you. So where does Risky come out? Is he going to come out ahead of traffic? Oh, he's got Neil, like 3 cars in front of him, and I know he's going to catch up to them very quickly. He's hoped that he would come out of free air, but no, he's not. He's just going to find his way to get past them. And if he doesn't get past soon, then he's probably going to be on a similar strategy to those guys. And, you know, obviously, you've got to really, when you're the only 3 drivers to make a 2-stop, it changes your strategy completely. You don't really want to go soft, medium, soft. You ideally want to go soft, soft, medium. So that is what Risky is doing. Makes the move past Neil, and I don't think he's going to have that much trouble getting past the Ahmed. I need to get used to the names. That's why I've got him in front of me now. But here we go then. Risky gets the move done easy there on his fresher tyres, and I'm going to get the tyres up as well. And you can see that the newer tyres are a lot faster. Maybe the soft tyres have been there since the start for the majority of these guys. Maybe they're starting to grade a little bit as well. And the softs can last 12 laps around here. It gets to 70% at 12 laps, like puncher territory. So you're going to be in trouble if you try and keep it that long. And to be honest, it could just about do the 28 laps. So the undercut is not ideal. So Brandon goes into the pits. Now he's going on to the mediums. Now that's early. That is early. And I swear Brandon was not one of the ones doing the 2-stop. I'm guessing he wants to do the 2-stop. Well, I don't blame him. He wants to have a go, but he doesn't have to. Because there's no way the memes can last this long. Like, you have to do a little fuel and tyre saving towards the end to make that happen. But that's why I'm in the commentary box and these guys are racing. As Risky picks himself a 3-second time penalty. If no one gets a time penalty, if no one gets no time penalties, I'll be shot. Because I tend to get a lot around here. Meanwhile, Niels goes side by side with, looks like it was Ahmed, heading into DRS straight. 72% for Niels and Ahmed's 46. So I think Niels is going to have the better advantage, which he does. Better straight line speed as well. So he is up into 11th place, but for how much longer? And 89 on those mediums. They're on the same tyres as well. And Ahmed going off just a little bit. So I think that's lost a bit of time, but he's still 4 tenths behind Niels. So it is far from over between these two. Ryan's also picked up a time penalty as well. Well, there's 2 Ryans in this lobby as well. So I will, it's M Ryan. And this is Ryan Berry. So, but he's around the back of Iceman right now. Now, I want to actually see their lap times as well. Iceman's had a slide. He's had a spin. And he caught that just in time to just not get damaged. I'm glad he didn't hit the wall. He didn't hit the wall there. That was very close. And his speed teammates Newgarden and Risky have got past, and Risky has already made his way up the field, so I don't think he's going to find it too difficult to get past everybody else. But yeah, Iceman's got a lot of work to do. Don't forget he started near the front, and now he's all the way down in 9th position. Meanwhile, Matter's having a great race as he's in 2nd. He got past Dave. So, or is it Dabo or Davo? I don't know. And I have to apologise to drivers in advance. I apologise if I get your names wrong. If I get your names wrong, then say what it is, like in the chat, how do I say it, or something like that. But I'm determined to get it right next week, because obviously next week's the first race. So we got someone making their first stops, which is Davo. So the predicted strategy lap 7 to 9. So maybe, I think for the hards at least. So I think as Iceman's retired from the race. Where did he bin it, or did he retire in the pit lane? Let me just have a look. I'm just seeing where he parked it. Oh! So he just might have clipped the curb or something like that, but I don't know. But yeah, that is his race over. But luckily, it's a test race. You don't score points in the test race, so we can concentrate. And, oh, it's not telling me. Right, we're getting one of those glitches where it's not telling me if it's a VSC or a safety car, but the way, how serious Iceman's crash is, it would be a safety car, but it's not, it's a VSC, so. And I think people are taking advantage of the VSC and going into the pit lane, some of them. Well, Red Mat is at least, so what Red Mat is doing, Pete's got a drive-through penalty. Pete's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. Now, the game is sometimes a bit strict when it comes to, like, the deltas and stuff. Like, I found that in a Brazil race one week where I tried to slow down as much as I could. And then when the safety car ended, boom, I got a drive-through penalty. So, really, you got to slow down early on. But sometimes you really want to go as fast as you can, but you can't really do that in a virtual safety car. So, Pete will have to come in, I think, pretty much in the next 3 laps. Otherwise, he will get disqualified from the race result. And the drivers have to attend at least 8% of these races at the moment in order to not get a penalty, as the pit window is coming up for Acorn in 4th position. So that's early. So is he going on the hards or is he going on the soft? Now, let me have a look. Nah, that's too early if he wants to go on the softs. Or it might just be Jeff Linesman saying that they want to go on the hards, because I don't think the hards are very good around this track. It's just not. It just gets too cold. So that's why I think everyone's going to go soft to mediums unless you want the 2-stop. And I have to say, because Matter is on the 2-stop, I'm surprised that he's stretching those mediums longer and he started on the mediums when he qualified. I'm guessing he wants to do a medium soft strategy, which could work out for him. You never know. But he's going to hope, I think, for a safety car. Maybe he should have put it under VSC, but I think the timing may have got caught off guard just a little bit there. Yes. We got some more battles, though, happening to turn 15 and 16 by looks of it. Well, 13 and 14. I'm getting them mixed up because it's quite similar. We've got Kev versus Davo and New Garden as that was close as Davis hit the back of Kev. That's probably damage there. Bankai goes into the pit lane. And is that another yellow flag? Let me see. We're going slower than a VSC. We got a safety car. Red Mat's out of the race. Where did he retire? Oh, he binned in the S's. He binned in the S's, so wow. That has given Mate Ryanberry an 80-corner lifeline. If I were them, I would pit. I don't care. I mean, you probably go on the hards. I know I was probably contradicting myself, but yeah, everybody from like 5th downward is taking opportunity. Risky. That's Risky's dreams come true because he's on the 2-stop today. He doesn't have to pit again. he does not have to pit again. So his race is done. He could go on a soft to medium strat, no problem now. So he's done. I think it's soft, medium, medium. I think he's done. To be honest, that sometimes when you want a two-stop strategy, and if you're in the top three, you gotta hope for situations like this, and it was handed to him. Sometimes you gotta have some luck, but yeah, it's a shame that it doesn't pop up with safety car. Very annoying. But have you ever experienced that when you've been spectating, where you experience that, because it's very annoying. Anyway, it's going to take a while for, I think, everybody to catch up, but you can still see, I think someone's gone off. Or is that the safety car? Nope, that's the safety car, because there's no yellow primary colour. So Mata comes in. I thought he was going to come in. And I'm sure Ryan must come in as well. Yes, he does. Akon does too. So yeah, everybody who has not pitted has taken advantage of it. And to be honest, that's what I would have done. You are allowed to pit under safety car. And whilst the safety car is on, it just gives me a chance to go for the safety car rules. If people rage quit mid-race, which causes the safety car or virtual safety car, if it's a deliberate rage quit, it will result in a quali ban for the next race. And if people want to retire, they would do so in the pits as well. So that was the rule about that. I don't think it was deliberate though for Red Matt. I mean, he's one of the admins of the league, so they helped rate the rules. So yeah, I think he just lost it and clipped it on the curb. Like, it's so easy to clip it on the curb as well. And what a shame. And whilst I'm here as well, I'm going to actually tell you what the calendar is for this week. Well, this season. Why have I said this season? I promise you, it is a bit rusty tonight, but, you know, at some points, the majority of it has been alright. So, the calendar, it is a 16-race calendar. It goes all the way until June the 2nd, so quite a long season. So we start next week at Mexico on February the 17th. On February the 24th, we go to Brazil, which I absolutely love. Then we head to Britain on March the 3rd for round 3. Then we head to one of my other favourite tracks to commentate. I hate racing it, but I love commentating it. Baku. Then we head to Spain for round 5 on March the 17th. China for round 6, March 24th. Austria for round 7, March 31st. Netherlands for round 8, April 7th, as we got a few penalties in the safety car. Belgium round 9, April 14th. Italy round 10, April 21st. Singapore round 11, April 28th. Monaco in the night time now. Oh, wow, that's amazing. I'm excited for that. That's round 12. May the 5th. Now, they definitely got to have attrition for that. Because it's going to be 2 night races in a row. Crazy, that. Canada round 13, May the 12th. Australia round 14, May the 19th. Bahrain, the full track, May 26th. And one of our only short tracks on the calendar, Bahrain Short. And that is the only track for the finale that is going to run 100%. Because if we ran 50% there, it would have been over in like 20 minutes, which we don't want. So that is why we're running the short track at 100% for the season finale. And by then, we will find out who's your season 6 champion. Now, Mata was last season's champion. He's doing very well in second. I do believe, though, he still yet has to make another stop. Yes, he does. So, out of the ones who are doing the 2 stops today, Risky doesn't have to pit, neither does Pete. So those 2 could get it to the end, but don't forget, Pete has still got a drive-through to serve. And you can't serve drive-throughs under safety car. And that's a useful tip, I think, Matt. I will remember that for the next race as well. So just hide the spectator menu and bring it back. Okay, I will do that. That is a useful glitch. The useful tip. Because I hate glitches on this game, I have to say. Now, so I think the usual people that I would expect to be in the top 3 are in the top 3. Obviously, some of these drivers I've never commentated on. I will be asking as well in the chat, ready for next week, what is people's expectations for the league? What they want to get out of it? Where do they want to finish? Because some of these guys, they've never raced in VSL before. Some of these guys, they're veterans. They've been racing for seasons and seasons. And some of them, this may be their second season, third season. You know, it's quite a mixed bag here. And we got quite a mixture of abilities as well. So, as we're still waiting for Gavin to catch up to the safety car. And I think then the safety car will come in, but it's going to be there for quite a while. Unless the safety car comes in now, which it does not. So everyone warming up their tyres, and I don't know why Gavin's on the hard tyres. It's going to take ages to heat up. I mean, he would probably be on cold tyres at the moment. So, yeah, that's going to be way difficult. But, and as well as Akon as well is on the hard as well. Yeah, I think, I have to say for Akon, he's going to probably, no offence, I think he's probably going to get overtaken by the fresher, softer runners and the medium runners as well. Let us know what you think in the chats. So pretty much halfway, almost halfway into this race now. This race has gone pretty quickly so far. And we'd like to thank you for joining us for this race. If you are liking what you've seen tonight, don't forget to subscribe to the VSL YouTube channel. If you haven't already. Quite a few people are not subscribed, so if you do subscribe and turn your notification bell on so you know you don't want to miss a video really. You'll know when the next stream goes up. You'll be notified when it goes live. And you'll be able to watch it in real time. Obviously, a few people may be watching this back. And if you are, hello, but you can actually watch this live next week. And it's at 8 PM on Wednesdays. And yeah, and we're on, I believe, we're on 63 subs. I really do hope we can get to 100 because we're over 100 followers on the Twitter channel. Can we get on the YouTube? So if you know your friends that watch this and know about this league and they're not subscribed, tell them to subscribe. Or else, to be honest. But anyway, enough about that. Enough about my preamble. The safety car is in this lap. The safety car is in this lap, so Bankai is going to control the pace. Again, I need to know how it's pronounced his name. I think it's Bankai. I think I got it right. But I'll find out nonetheless as the season goes on. Anyway, I've seen quite a few people do like Magello starts where they all line up like in formation up until the start-finish straight. I hope they don't do that because that causes absolute chaos, and you do know what happened at Magello. Like it was a multiple like car crash and stuff. So yes, I think Bankai wants to get started very quickly. As soon as you accelerate, that's when they got to start. And I do believe P is going to be serving his drive-through soon. And we are underway as we've got quite a few people in the pit. We've got Lee who's pitting. I think he's having a drive-through. That's probably why as well. But anyway, Bankai got a good start, so it didn't matter. Kev's got a good restart. Ryan and Kev just heading into the yes section. Ryan on the inside. Ryan does it when he's up into 6th place. He controlled that. I think Kev's been caught napping, but no DRS will be activated in lap 17, on lap 17. So they won't be relying on it yet. So Kev's going to be at a disadvantage. Brandon looking good in 8th, but he's dropped a few positions from the safety car. But yet again, we've still got halfway distance to go, and anything can happen. It is not over until the checkered flag falls. And we've got Yuri in the chat as well. Hello, Yuri. Who usually races in this league. You'll be racing next week. We couldn't make it tonight, but glad to see you here. As Mata goes around our right-hand side now to the left. He's trying to make the move on Bankai. Couldn't do it. And yes, Mata does help for another safety car. Oh, we got a yellow flag. We got Davo that spun with Neil. So they must have made contact. And Davo's left the session, so I wonder if it's a rage quit or if it's a disconnect. I don't know, but yeah. I don't think you're allowed to rage quit like that. So that may be a quali ban happening for next week. Just because of the test race, that doesn't mean you can get away with it. But we'll see. As we head towards lap 16. Matt now 2 tenths behind Vanguard. This is his chance now. All the guys during the safety car period have had this opportunity to save their ERS. So most of them are pretty much at the 60-70% mark at the moment. And we got Matta, as unfortunately the camera didn't quite get the move, but Matta takes the lead of the United States Grand Prix. Bankai now in second. Can Ryan take advantage of what Bankai couldn't do and get past him? 9 tenths now. Risky's 1.6 seconds. Lee, Dave and Pete are pitting. So I think these three are going to be having I've already been having a roller coaster race, these three, but it's not about where you start, it's where you finish, and at least it has a few chances for them to test things as well. See what works, see what doesn't. Meanwhile, Brandon is looking hungry for a move as well in P7. And looking at that lovely helicopter shot there. Loving it. And I have to say, it's going to get to a point that the safety cars pretty much saved these guys in terms of tyre life. They're probably able to push a bit more as well. And it won't, I don't think it'll get to the 70% mark for the ones that pitted a bit earlier. So, like, for example, your Kebs, your New Gardens, as Matta set the fastest lap of the race, 1.2 seconds. Seeing who's closest for a battle. We pretty much got a 4-car DRS train now. I do believe DRS is enabled for all these drivers now. So, this is their chance now to potentially get the moves that they've been waiting to do for so long. Brandon may have a fight back, so would M. Ryan as well. And Acorn is holding, well, I believe I think he hasn't lost that many positions from the safety car restart. So for him, he's doing a good job defending, but when other people around him have the DRS, that's where he's going to struggle a lot, I will have to say. So I think I underestimated him, and Acorn, I'm so sorry, but sometimes you get that as well. Nobody around is getting the moves, I think, due to the DRS train growing and growing as we speak. And Lee, unfortunately, has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And that's going to add to his woes that he's been suffering all session, really. Let's hope it doesn't happen again with the person I follow with on a hot lap. Sorry, Lee. Hopefully you can forgive me. But anyway. On lap 18 now. And this is where the sun... I think the sun does not blind as much here, but it blinds, I think, I would say, into the second DRS straight, where you're about to make the overtake, because I find it hard as well to judge the braking point. But it happens. It happens. As a few people getting a few more slides in the S's, and it's understandable due to the fact that they've been on those tyres for quite a bit now. They have been saving their fuel as well, so maybe a few people are running rich mix as well. Quite a bit. But I made that mistake quite a few times on the F1 game. That if you run rich too much, your tyres are going to be like, well, your engine's going to overheat and you're going to lose so much power. So, ideally, you just got to find the right balance. So, use it as much as you can, I think, at the start of the race. Then if the safety car comes in, you can save a bit more, and then you can pretty much push for the first few laps and then go on sound again and then push towards the end. But yeah, don't make that mistake, because I made that mistake in my team, and that's why I had a worn out MG UK very quickly compared to everybody else in my teams that I've experienced, which is annoying. But at least I'll learn that for the next My Team season I do, or for the next My Team race I do. So, yeah, a little bit of catching up to do in that regard. Meanwhile, Brandon is now 4 tenths behind Kev, 2 tenths behind. Kev's going to look on the inside, stays put. I think, to be honest, if you don't go for the gap, to be honest, you want to try and take gambles, but I don't think Kev wants to take the gamble. Brandon, I think, is looking very fast. You can see how much more pace Brandon has. Newgarden has a 3-second time penalty. So does Brad as well. More time penalties are starting to come into fruition here. And we've got people that are on, I think, 6% battery as well. So, yeah, Brandon, I think, is running out. I think he was pushing a little bit too much. But he's a racer. He wants to be able to push as much as he can. And I don't think Brandon got the edge there. But Kev he's hungry. He wants to edge on him. But Kev has less penalties. Brandon, however, Brandon has no penalties. Wow. I'm a bit shocked about that. Neither does Bankai. So, I will give you an update of how many penalties people are on. So, we'll do a little bit of a double check. So, let me just have a look, actually, before I have a look. So, we got Matter on 3, Ryan Berry on 3, Risky on 6, Akon on 3, Ryan on 6, Kev on 6, sorry. Newgarden on 3, sorry. Ahmed is on 15 seconds. Wow. How did he get 15 seconds? I do not know. Brad is on 9 seconds. Gavin on 9. Niels is on 15 seconds. Again, why? Pete is on 6 seconds. Dave is on, or Davo, Davo, I don't even know. 12 seconds. Lee is on 17. So Lee at the moment has got the most penalties out of everybody in this field. And I think everybody's going, I think some of them are just taking it a little bit cautious, but some of them just want to push as much as they can, I think, towards the end. And I think the last few laps is everyone's gonna go guns a-blazing. Now I want to check how many warnings Brandon's on. Is Brandon close enough to a penalty? Yes or no? He's on 2. He's on 2 warnings. I do believe you are allowed 3 warnings, and then if you get a 4th, you get a penalty. I'll need to double check that. As Mata has been overtaken. He's in the pits, actually. I should go back to the tyres. There we go. So Mata and Kev are in the pits. Matt is doing his 2-stop. So all the ones who are who have meant to do a 2-stop have done the 2-stop. So no one will get disqualified for that, which is good news. Meanwhile, Risky's looking pretty good on pace. Like I said, he was the one to benefit with that safety car coming out, and he's absolutely flying. Now I wonder, I think this is what should happen, and I know Matt's in the chat, Red Matt. Can the top 3 from this race do the 2-stop next week? That's my suggestion, I have to say, because that I think will work nicely. Meanwhile, Risky tries to go for the send into turn 12. Akon is like, nope, you're not having that. So Akon's got the position back. Both of them looking very racy at the moment, but you're starting to see Ryan, I think, catching up as well. And Ryan as well with his lovely shades of blue livery. Nope, it's not 50 Shades of Blue, but he's got a bit of a nice yellow ting in it as well. Ryan's in the pits, which is, I think, yeah, it is to be expected, because there was no way that those Sauce are going to make it. So Ahmed is, I think, in the pits as well. So he's going in. Brad? Wait. Why is Brad pitting? Did he get damaged? I don't know. Meanwhile, we're starting a scrap between Akon and Risky as well. And let's know your thoughts in the chat. Do you like DRS trains? Yes or no? I think the only track I seem to like DRS trains the most is Bahrain. Bahrain is an amazing track for DRS trains. It's just, I think, a little bit easier, I have to say. But I will double check that. But Ahmed has just got another penalty. Tut, my friend. Anyway, we got Akon. Wow. Risky's going to try and make the move out of everybody. They've been caught napping. There's 4 cars almost going 4 wide. Mata, I think, has dropped quite a bit. Obviously due to his pit stop, but he's going to probably come back on the podium. He's going for a late set, late on the brakes. And can he commit to that move? I think he does. He went off the track a little bit, but my oh my, that was great commitment for both Akon and Mata there. I mean, wow. I mean, if I do that, I would just end up crashing with the other car. I just end up giving damage to the other car, you know? Like, I don't know. And Mata just got the move on Akon. They're just scrapping for position right now. I think Risky's been the biggest loser, I think, out of all this, because he wanted a P3 and now he's up into P5. So that is a shame. That is gutting. I feel bad for Risky, but it happens. It happens. But that's allowed Mata to pull away just a little bit on those soft tyres that he pitted on, and he could still be on course to win the race. Now, because Mata got past Akon. To be honest, I'm definitely clipping that move later on. I've got to. And Risky's lost another position again. I think Risky may get the send. Brandon's also in this as well. I think it seems like the race notch is turned up to 11 as it sounds. They're giving it more than 100% right now, I think. They're just, like, the final few laps of the race seems to bring a lot of action. Here comes Brandon. The send on Risky. I think Brandon is better mad in his tyres compared to Risky, but at the rate this is going, I'm going to end up having no voice at this rate, which I think is a shame. But I want them to keep battling because that's the point in racing. So I'll get the penalties up again as well. Risky's on 12 seconds, so he's still dropped down positions anyway. But it's for a bit of fun. So the way I think, so Brandon's going to stay 5th because Brandon needs to, I think, catch. Actually, no, he's going to get 4th. He's going to get 4th position, but he's not going to get a podium unless he can find like 7 seconds on the carb, like onto Mata, which is easier said than done. Now it's 5 seconds. So yeah, the soft tyre difference is definitely an issue for some of these drivers, but we'll have to find out. But anyway, I think we're going to have some more battles towards the end. Mata, I think it's going on for P2. This 4th position now because of the time penalty. Mata up the inside. And he gets the edge on Ryan Berry. The VSL champion of Season 5 is definitely showing his mettle, I think, at the moment. And Neil's just picked himself another one. Ryan and Risky going at it. Risky, I think, pitted. Is that for damage? Or does he want to go fastest lap? Because, don't forget, one thing I forgot to mention. Fastest lap, you get 2 points for it. I think it's wherever you are on track. Obviously, you don't get points today, but it's where... I'll need to check with the admins on this one. Is it... I think it's... No matter where you are, if you get fastest lap, you get points. You get 2 points. Which is, I think, more than 12th place. So you could be like 14th and get more points than 12. Meanwhile, Brandon up the inside gets past Akon. Nicely controlled there. He made it look easy. No challenge from Akon there. Risky fighting back on his fresher sauce, but that is not pressurising Gavin that much. But I'm sure Gavin wants to cut back. They're still going side by side, fighting every element right now. And I think, and no matter what happens, Risky, if it was a real race, it would still be some points. It's a shame USA is not on the calendar, because I think I like USA on this game. It's amazing. But I believe it was there last season, so that was probably why. I wasn't following last season that much, because I was busy on Wednesday nights before this. But, you know, as Risky gets another penalty. Now, I wonder how many penalties it takes to get disqualified, because Lee, I think, is closing up to getting disqualified. Now, Matt's asked me the question on racing. It's been pretty good so far, especially on the final half of the race. I think majority of drivers are keeping it clean right now as well. But obviously there are stewards as well, I believe. So they will be looking at instance from race 1 next week in Mexico very, very closely. And I can see Akon, oh my god, I think I said it wrong the whole... I'm an absolute idiot. Anyway, so we got Brandon, I think, in the danger territory at the moment, because he's on 14 lap roll mediums. It's probably starting to wear out a bit. Newgarden, however, he's on sell-by-date tyres. The tyres last 12 laps. Well, 14 laps under safety car. So Newgarden is definitely coming in now. So there he goes. And front wing change. There we go. And I think that was it. I thought it was due to the fact that his tyres couldn't make it, but here we go. Ahmed then on, I think, is it Risky? Yeah, it's on Risky right now. On lap 27. The penultimate lap of the session. This is the be all and end all, really. This is really a chance to throw a spanner in the works for people, but I think I would say the win is pretty much decided, because obviously Bankai and Brandon, the only ones without penalties. No, Brandon won't get the podium because Ryan only has 3 seconds. And the gap is, Ryan's been pushing so much that unless Brandon finds 1.5 seconds, then it's not going to happen. But anyway, Mato, I think, could get the win on track, but definitely not on penalties. But I think some of these guys, I think, are going to be relieved that they do not have to race this in the actual thing because of these time penalties. And I think Bankai has driven absolutely amazing today. Niels with a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. So that is not good. at all, I have to say. As Bankai somehow is using 5% ERS. That's going to be dangerous. And obviously, everyone's running out of fuel. 2% now for Mata. But it's not going to affect anyway. Yellow flag. That's a purple car. That is Ahmed, I think. Yeah, that's Ahmed going for a little bit of a spinneroonie at this moment. Yes. But yeah, I'm still a massive fan of Ahmed's livery. I still am. Probably because I'm a big fan of W Series, but there we go. Anyway, Bankai is going towards the final corner. And I don't think Matt's going to fight this because he's not going to get it. But again, it's going to be a photo. No, it wasn't going to be a photo finish. The 2 attempts off. But anyway, Bankai wins the test race in USA. No points today. But I think he's going to come up with his head held high that he's going to be a championship contender with Matto, I think. These are the 2 to watch out for, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan comes across the line in 3rd. Brandon 4th due to penalties. Acorn in 5th. Kevin 6th, a great result for him. Ryan in 7th, Risky 8th, but I think Risky will drop a little bit due to pens. Unless, let me just have a look. Maybe not, no, Risky stays 8th. No, Newgarden goes 8th. Risky 9th, Gavin 10th, Brandon 11th. Ahmed is dropping all the way down. Neil's in 13th. I'm just waiting for Pete, Lee, and Dave. Actually, no, it's just Pete and Lee because Dave's a lap down. So, yeah. But it's been a good race, actually, to start the season off. Obviously, we will be bringing you live coverage on this YouTube channel every round of this season up till June. So, I think it was a lot of fun. I think, hopefully, a lot of drivers having a lot of fun. There's a lot of good moments, I have to say. And here comes Lee, the final man. The one with the most penalties. 26 seconds. Luckily, no disqualifications. Imagine if it went to Britain short. No, USA short. Brandon gets the driver of the day in game. I have to say, Brandon, Bankai, no penalties. Great job from them. Great battles from Matter as well. And Risky and Brandon and Acorn. That was just amazing, I have to say. But anyway, chance for people to see the suits. And it's an all British podium. A 1, 2, 3. There we go. But anyway, let's go through your results then of the test race. So Bankai wins from Matta in 2nd. Ryan Berry 3rd. Brandon 4th, Acorn in 5th, Kevin 6th, Ryan, not the other Ryan in 7th, Newgarden 8th, Risky 9th, Gavin 10th, Brad 11th, Ahmed in 12th, Niels 13th, Pete 14th, Lee 15th, Dave in 16th, well Davo, Red Matt in 17th, and Iceman in 18th. So Red Matt and Iceman were your timers as well as Dave because Dave disconnected. But anyway, that is the test race for USA. We hope you enjoyed it a lot. I definitely did. It's been a lot of fun, I have to say. And we will be back same time next week, 8 p.m. I think it'll be just before 8 next week. I'm gonna start the stream just before 8, I think, because mainly because I want to go through the drivers. I want to go through the teams because that will be announced on Friday. If you want to find out before the stream, follow VSL_F1 on Twitter, and we will see who will be teammates with each other. I think there'll be a lot more communication, I have to say, with them, a little bit more strategy as well. Obviously, the game won't pick the teammates, which is a shame. I kind of wish it does that for 2021, hint Codemasters, but yeah. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to cover the season. It should be a lot of fun. Anyway, make sure you join us same time next week, round 1 for the Mexican Grand Prix. And I think some people could try the two-stop, even though they don't have to, because it's one of those tracks where the two-stop potentially could be quite fast. Anyway, we'll find out what happens next week. See you then. I'll let you enjoy the rest of your evening, and goodbye.